Video number 3. All right, so we're continuing to go through the overview. We're going to talk about, and again, this is all about online reputation management. And if you're starting here, then find video number 1, because this whole thing is going to make way more sense. Starting with video number 1. All right, so we'll talk about Google Truth and why that's pivotal to this whole thing, and how does Google work. So I'm going to ask you ahead of time to please be patient with us, because this will benefit you on so many levels when you as a business owner understand what's at play with Google. So I've heard all sorts of different ideas of how business owners believe Google works. Some of it is true, some of it isn't. So I'm going to go through a high level of how Google works, and then actually starting up your reputation, or again, you might call it a review management plan, because we are, as a business owner mindset, we want to make sure that we're managing your online reviews. And then we'll talk about reputation restoration and what that looks like for local business owners. And then I'll share with you some additional resources so that you can move this forward. And to be super clear, what this whole tour of online reputation management about is to get your mindset aligned, so that when you have the bandwidth and you agree that this is important, that you can actually move it forward. If you would prefer to just outsource it and be done with it, well, yeah, that's also part of why I'm investing my time doing this, because my team and I do this. This is our gig. So if you would prefer to have somebody else do it, contact us, and we'll be happy to move forward with you. So let's dive in without further ado. So the next slide, again, this is a PDF. I'm very happy to share the PDF with you. The high level here is, so the reason Kimberly is sharing this is to give some validity to the whole thing, that back in 2011, almost a decade ago, there was a report that showed that Yelp ratings drove an increase of 5 to 9% in revenue. So to say that one more time is that for just a 1-star increase in any given restaurants, or the restaurants in the study, just 1-star increase drove 5 to 9% increase in revenue. So that like if somebody said, hey, I can give you an extra 9% in revenue, would that be of interest to you? They're like, yeah. So although the numbers may appear small, it's a big difference for a business owner. A 9% bonus, so to say, is great. And there's even more that can be driven beyond that. But just to stay within the bounds of this particular report, 5 to 9% increase in revenue just by increasing the review by 1 star. Just to make sure that you're clear on this, it would be like increasing from a 3-star rating up to a 4-star rating. That's what drove this 5 to 9% increase in revenue. And again, I'll put this, I'll put that link in the comments below this video so that it's clickable, because I realize it's not clickable on the screen of the video. All right, so moving on from there, so what is online reputation management? So right here, and this is where we began. So all I'm going to say is what I said in the very first video, is that it's about shaping public perception of you and as the business entity. So to look at it one way is if your average rating, we'll say it's on Yelp. If your average star rating on Yelp is 1 star, somebody's going to see that 1-star rating and they're like, oh, well, there's got to be somebody else in the area who has higher than a 1-star rating. I'll go with them. So it's in your best interest to always have the highest star rating possible, because as every year goes on, more and more and more people actively seek out reviews of businesses before they do business with them. And it is especially true for restaurants, but it's very true also for all local service businesses. Again, whether it's anything from HVAC to plumbing to anything else. I just noticed I'm past the 5-minute mark. So I'm going to stop this video here, and I will be right back, and we'll talk about why Google.